Hey everybody, and welcome back to another X-Plane 11 video. This is episode 2 of our UK series, and we're on the ground here at Aberdeen, and we're going to head north up to the Shetland Islands, up to a place called Sumburgh Airport. It's about an hour away. The weather today, we have broken clouds at around 10,000 feet. The wind is calm, 5 knots bearing 030, and as you can see, it's dusk, just about 45-50 minutes before sunset, just to change things up a little bit. The aircraft we're using today is from Carenado. It's the Beechcraft B1900. It's been in X-Plane 11 now for a good while. It's one of my favourites. I really like it. So I said I haven't used this yet in these videos, so give you guys a look and see what you think. So what we'll do, we'll hop down to the plane, we'll go through a few bits and bobs, and we'll be making a departure here on runway 34, and we'll kind of use just VFR rules again. We're not going to use a standalone flight plan, so we should be up there just before sunset. So without further delay, let's hop on down and head on out. So this is the Beech 1900D from Carenado. It's one of the best looking, I think anyway, with the texture work and PPR and everything else about it. QA Pilot did a great review on this a good while ago, and because of that I picked it up. And I have to say I'm well impressed with it. Everything about it, the sounds, the modelling, texture work, it's fantastic. And the performance is quite good as well. I know you see one or two of these kind of tipping around Ireland as well. This livery we're using is from the org, so it's down as a private aircraft, but I've seen them with, I've seen Aer Lingus liveries on these in X-Plane as well, so I like it. It's a cool old plane. Again, it comes with the normal Carenado gadgetry, everything from the autopilot. You have your options for outside, so you have our static elements, cockpit doors. So we go ahead and start moving these. Spin up over the top here. As you can see, like the modelling on this thing is fantastic. Reflections, details, and like they really went to town here on the detailing. So it's well impressive. And this last part here then is just your cameras and the sounds there as well. So what we'll do, we'll hop inside, we'll prep the aircraft for our departure, go through our little briefing, and we'll head on out. So inside in the flight deck, as you can see, the reflection work here is fantastic. It's one of the best looking cockpits or flight decks that there is in X-Plane. Certainly that's my opinion, but it's just the level of detail in here is awesome. So there's cool reflections. We can open these doors here as well. And the cabin is speed that up a bit. The cabin is fully modelled, and there's lights and gadgets and all this kind of stuff that works as well. So we can control all this from inside in the cockpit. But if you haven't got this plane, I would recommend you get it. It is really, really good. It is a little bit heavy on frames, performance-wise. I've had to dip down my own settings here to run it. Usually I'd have anti-aliasing cranked up full. And you know, I'd still get 30 frames on my rig, but drop it back down here and it doubles your frame rate, like up to 60, which is what I'm after. So to start this machine, there's a couple of things we have to do. We'll get up this armrest first. I can open the window here as well. Okay, so to start this up, first thing first, we'll get the batteries going, but I want to set up my lights first. These will all come on once I flick the battery, but they can be annoying if you don't get them done first, I find. You can hit these switches, but it's, where is it? These switches, but it tends to be kind of very overpowering. So I tend not to jump at it. Okay, so disappear the yoke here for a minute. External power, we'll flick it to on. We'll get some lights here, we get the batteries on. Gens can come on as well. Get the battery powering up. Get our mags on over here. And we'll start with some of our lighting here now as well. So external lights, we'll get our recognition, tail flood, cabin lights can come on, reading lights can come on, exit lights can come on. These guys should be okay. Avionics, bring them up, cabin flood lights, instrument indirect, overhead, and co-pilot again. So cancel them guys out. So as you can see, the lighting, it looks awesome, and as it gets darker here, it'll really come alive. So want to get our pumps on. So just under half tanks here, which is more than enough for where we're going. Do a quick check outside, make sure that our lights are on. They should be on. Yes, they are. We have our recognition lights on and our tail light on. Leave our strobes off for the moment. Okay, so all this appears to be good. We'll get the engine started up. So fuel cut off can come in. Prop can feather. Throttle just bring it up there a small bit. They're all okay. And nav lights on there as well. Okay, so right igniter's on. Actually, can stay off for the moment, and we can go for ignition start. So good start here with engine 2. Turbine is ticking over nicely. Igniter's off. Go for the right engine now. You're looking for around kind of 55 to 65 on our turbine. It is about there. Start her off. Igniters can come off. Actuators onto standby. And get our buses on. External power off. Avionics now can come on.
3, 6.
These guys look okay. Have our prop heat on already. Altitude we're going for is 12,000 feet. Get our lead valves open. Good, good, good. Get our yokes back up here as well. Now we want to turn on our EFIS. These guys can all come to on. Rudder boost can come on. Ground cooling we don't need just yet. And that to me looks alright. Let's see what else here. Blowers don't need them. Cabin temperature's okay. We're in alt mode. Okay, cool. Everything looks good. Close our door. Pumps will stay on there for a bit. And get our strobe lighting on. Taxi lights can come on. Don't need these guys just yet. Have a look at the cabin here behind us. You can see all the lights are on. So that looks all groovy. So we'll bring up our trusty Garmin GTN 750 and we'll just do a direct 2 mode. So we're going to go for Sumburgh. Is it PV? Sumburgh. There it is. Activate that. So what we'll do a UE. We'll taxi down Mike onto runway 34. Straight out departure, then we'll swing on to the right, and it's a nice trek up. What we'll do with our approach, just the way the wind is as well, as we're approaching Sumburgh, we will probably break out to the left here and take this approach. So we'll be looking for a 09 landing. That's the plan, at least. Okay, cancel this guy. Double check now that everything here is set and it's doing what it should be, which it is. Okay, so what we can do, we can bring our prop in. The engine's spooling up there now. We'll do a control test, go aside for that. left aileron right. Down, rudder left and right. Okay, everything looks good. Eek, that was loud. Okay, good to go. So we're gonna spin around here to our right. So I haven't been using X-Plane for a couple of weeks. You'll probably see the gap in my videos. It's just the weather in Ireland has been fantastic for the last couple of weeks. We've had a heat wave, and like the last time we had really nice weather, I wasn't born. So I think it was sometime in the 70s. So we were kind of making full use of the weather. So we were out camping there last week, just with family. Like, it was the first time bringing my brother-in-law's kids out camping. So they had a blast, and the weather was savage as well. So yeah, I've been keeping busy. I've been still using X-Plane, I just haven't got around to making videos of that. I have the new Carenado Commander, the 690B, and I have the Shrike 500S. So this sort of thing is just it's a turboprop, a lot faster, which is awesome. But I was going to make a video with that tonight, and I couldn't get the prop working on it, so I said I'd leave it. But this plane is, and probably will always be, one of my favourites. Put a good few hours into it, and again with the scenery as well, with the Scottish scenery, it's interesting just to kind of go up and across. So my plan is we're going to head up to Sumburgh, we're probably going back down, then maybe Glasgow direction, and then we'll start making our way then into Wales. That's the plan, at least. Now as we're approaching 3-4, get the landing lights on.
Approaching 3-4.
Get a notch of flaps going here now, just want to confirm that. Okay. Okay, so we're looking fairly decent here. We're ready for our straight out departure. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out on YouTube, just with the because it's a little bit dark. Let's see what way the rendering goes.
On runway 34.
Thanks very much. Okay, so lights are set, flaps are set. Small variation with our engines. We'll leave our sync off for the moment, and we'll head on out. Power's coming in. Okay, power set, airspeed is alive. Bit of right rudder heading down the runway.
Thousand feet remaining.
And rotate. It's a positive climb, gear coming up. Bring our prop down just a smidgen. Yaw dampener can come on. Bit of wind hitting us, but nothing to worry about. Got the nav mode. We can engage our autopilot. Vertical speed. I'll just bring up this guy to make life a little bit easier. Altitude select will be 12,000 feet. Flaps in. Speed looking good. Gotta mind these engines because they tend to explode. Taxi lights can come off. Bring up our GTN. It's giving us about 45 minutes. We'll probably do it in about 35. All is looking well, so we'll concentrate on our climb here. Probably get 1200 on the climb. 14 for good measure. So Aberdeen, good luck to you. That was nice. There's some lovely scenery around here, just even with the mountains. And at this time of the day, this is all stock now. I'm not using X and Viro on this. So our ground texture, or our ground scenery, is from Ortho 4XP, and the rest you see is X-Plane 11. It looks good. So as I'm saying, the detail in here, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's go back here. Maybe cut through the clouds shortly. All the way from the back. Nice. So our prop and turbines seem to be okay for the minute. Around 92 or so. Torque is holding speed in around 200 knots. It's ideal. We're well on our way to our climb, just passing 4,000 feet. We're looking good. So we'll continue our climb here. We'll get through the clouds. We'll jump outside then just to do our normal couple of scenic shots. The scenery in Scotland, it's fantastic, isn't it? Just the colours and the general layout. I'm looking forward as well when we tip down to, we're going to tip down into Europe, into France, because I'm actually going on taking my vacation down to France in a couple of weeks. We're going to get the car ferry over, and I will head down south a little bit, but we're going to kind of come back up north and do the Normandy beaches, the D-Day beaches, and we're going to go to Carenado, over to Paris as well. So I'll have my cameras and bits and bobs with me, so we'll try and get a couple of videos done out of that. All going well. I'll turn off our recognition lights now. Tail can stay on. Everything else is okay. Weird. Have a quick jump outside. Now we're looking good. Speed dropping a little bit. We can bring us back down to about 1,000 feet a minute. Yeah, you'd miss, you definitely miss using X-Plane. I was having some issues with the lighting, as in you'd be flying over runways or cities and nothing, and then it would flash on, flash off. So I kind of figured it out. It's a lot to do with X and Viro. So I have it uninstalled at the moment until they give it an update, because parts of it do look fantastic, and I mean fantastic. But if it's it's interrupting with the sim, it's not really worth it. So I mean, what you can see there is pretty convincing. That looks fantastic. So I don't know, if flying around Scotland, if any Scottish viewers, if you guys want to recommend somewhere decent to fly to, I'm just thinking of heading back down toward Glasgow and then tipping on into Wales. But my knowledge geographically, I'm fairly comfortable tipping around Ireland and parts of England, all right, Northern Europe. But there's places in Scotland, if you guys are saying, oh, you got to try such a place, or you got to go such a place, let me know. Like, I know one of the viewers has suggested to use, is it the Catalina plane? I have it. It doesn't run right, and the physics are all messed up. Like, it's It just doesn't fly right. It's probably the way I have my own settings, but I haven't forgotten about it. Like I will definitely get around to it. I'll make a video on it. I reckon them clouds are more than 12,000 feet, so we will probably go 13,000 for good luck. Okay, so quick check here. Temperatures are fine. Fuel flow, everything here appears to be fine. Temperatures down here look fine. Everything so far looking good. Climb rate's good, cabin altitude good. Auxiliary pumps leave on auto. Everything seems to be going according to plan. Okay guys, so what we'll do, we'll hop on out, get a couple of scenic shots, just of the plane flying around, because we're pretty much coming over the water here now anyway. And we'll come back to you then on our approach then up to Sumburgh. Okay, welcome back. So we're about 20 minutes out. We're going to start our descent now. Our speed will come up a little bit. That'll shorten our arrival time, I am sure. So we'll go down to this guy now. We're going to set our altitude here to 6,500 feet. We're going to go vertical speed mode, down 600 to altitude select. Watch our speed as we're doing it. We can kind of hover in around, I'd say, kind of 220, 230 knots. So far so good. We'll come down through the clouds. It should get just a little bit bumpy, but we don't need to worry too much. Keep an eye on that speed as we descend. So yeah, so as I was saying, there's been a couple of new aircraft released in the last couple of weeks on the org. The 690B being one of them. I've seen those updates as well. So a lot of good things happening with X-Plane, which is great to see. there's a new scenery out as well. I might pick it up. It's the new LAX one. Now I have the free one from Mr. X. But I was reading the reviews there and I saw Cat Trader stream it there last night. The paid version of it, and they're pushing the boundaries of what they can do with this sim. And it's still a new sim. Like, it's not like FSX or P3D whereby they're working on coding that's whatever 20 years old, nearly 18. So yeah, so it's all good. I've done a couple of flights, just again not recording them, but the A330 from Jar Design. I flew that from Barcelona to Dublin, then Dublin over to Heathrow, and then Heathrow over to, I think it was Charles de Gaulle the other night. That plane is fairly decent as well, and I haven't done that with helicopters in a long time. I know we had a flight there in the Irish series, we used the Bell, so no doubt we'll use a chopper on this, and I think we might use even some military aircraft as well. I might use I don't know, I might use one of the fighters. Like, I have the Tornado, I have the F-18, and I've got a handful of other stuff, just to mix it up a bit and see kind of how well they fly, and can we use that as a point-to-point aircraft. And we want to eventually then transition to our bigger jets to do full flight plans. I'll probably work then on VATSIM and on Pilot Edge as well, but that's down the line. We still have a fair bit to get used to here. So just setting wise, I just want to flick in here real quick, see how our frames are doing, which isn't bad, and that's with vertical sync, because when you pan and move without vertical sync, it just get this tearing and the screen kind of hops around a bit. But yeah, it's fairly decent. So with my graphics settings, not too bad. Then from our plugins as well, I've been using the XATC Chatter. They have a new beta with that. Hello, here's the clouds. Surely my strobe should be flashing now. $10,500. Speed is okay. So yeah, this XATC Chatter, it's from the same guys who bring us X camera. I won't use it now, well, I'll try it actually. It's got its control.
Morning, guide of 12574, so go to log 5 of major. Guide of 12574, hello, that's fine.
What's really cool about this is you can select to have the your ATC through just your headphones, and then X-Plane uses, you know, whatever speakers you have for everything else. I really like that about this. We'll let that play in the background. Speed is good. 14 minutes. Just under 10,000 feet. Landing lights, come on. I'll just turn that guy down a little bit.
Been Air 47 uniform, descendable 260, minimum 1,500 feet a minute. Could you please take in from Finnair 47 uniform? You were quite unreadable. Finnair 47 uniform, how do you read me now?
Hello.
You, 5 now. Thank you, descent level 260, 1500 feet per minute on grid. Descent level 260, 1500, come off Finnair 47 uniform.
So, as I was saying, we will kind of break off to the left here shortly. That's a 09 approach that we're looking for.
Yeah, I'm moving to hello, and that's fine.
And we'll probably get our parking over here somewhere.
547, there are 2 Woody. Second from Air 547. Woody. Direct Woody from Air 547.
Although, now that we say that, the wind is pretty much bang on to our north.
In Air 47 uniform. Go ahead, copy Air 47 uniform. Just send you a data link message to go to Amsterdam. Before you go, proceed to Arnhem. Direct Arnhem.
We'll go runway 33. So we'll keep right.
Good morning, North Train 276, Carenado 288, landing flight level 340 to Bambor. North Train 276, hello, identified flight level 370. Flight level 370, North Train 276.
I never can notice. It's gas. You don't notice hot stuff. Here's a phone. It doesn't work, but it looks good. Yeah, the texture work on this thing is good, isn't it?
From hotel, flight level 380, direct to Gaska. Hello, that's fine.
They're closed.
Uniform Papa, specialist 297 Fleming, specialist for avoiding Boston. Number 8 Uniform Papa, hello, that's fine, climb to level 370.
Speed is still good. Turn you down a little bit again. Get it down a little bit lower. We'll change this now to 3,000 feet. Bring our power back just a little bit. Watch our speed. So it's pretty much this guy here we're going to make a line for. Passing 6,500. We'll leave our prop sync off. It's fairly holding it bang on where we need it. Should start getting a visual shortly. There's a bit of a tear with a tile up here, but we won't worry about that too much. There's that small little island there. Okay, quick check. So landing lights are on, land lights on. All okay here. Rudder boost is on, anti-skid is on, ground cooling, leave it be for the moment. Cabin pressure is all okay, parking brake should be set to off. Lever flaps alone. High RPM, bleed valves all okay. So far so good. While we're on our approach, we can waypoint info for our airport. Elevation, we have avgas J1 available. We got everything we need. It's coming up now to 3,000 feet. Bring our power back a small bit. So start coming into our view fairly shortly. We have lights ahead. Power pressure 290902. We'll level off here at 3000. Bring our speed down to about 170 knots. Everything looking decent that I can see in my limited abilities as your captain for today. Kick here for emergency I like that. There's signs to say, but that's where you kick it in an emergency instead of, you know, like barrel through the door. So that's its weak spot. That looks pretty. Okay, so we can probably go into heading mode. Drop the nav. Now, this doesn't seem to be aligned, so I don't know, is it a problem with Carenado, but we shall see. Yeah, it's not aligned. Need to fix that. So we're 5 minutes out. Speed looks okay. Trim is doing its thing. This GTN is the it's the cat's pajamas. For me, it's great. Like I've seen the guys using ForeFlight and stuff, and that's, you know, ForeFlight's great if you have kind of real world application for it. Even if you don't, you know, I suppose people just get it as well. But the GTN I find is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Like the standard that comes with X-Plane is grand. You know, it does the job, but I find this just better. But your mileage may vary. Now, what way do I need to turn this to turn? Gotta go this way. Yeah, that's really annoying, isn't it? So there we are, runway. Bring your speed down just a little. Prop forward, that'll help slow us. So do our visual approach into runway 33. 3000 can come down now to 1500. Autopilot can come up. Vertical speed down 4. Put this guy away. We'll turn off our autopilot now shortly. Get our speed down a little bit. Get our prop up.
China 834, hello,
We're just slightly above our flap speed. 150 will do it. Autopilot can come off. Yeah, dampener can come off. Quick check, all lights are on. Landing gear coming down. Keep your speed somewhere between 100 and 120 knots. We're a little left. You wouldn't want to get this wrong. Straight into the cliffs. Little low. Bring our power up a bit.
Running 20 November, direction red line. When ready, descend flight of 60, left line red line. Guided red line, and when ready, descend for level 260 to be leveled by a red line. Warning to your number.
Not looking too bad. Famous last words.
Approaching 3-3.
Very kind of you. Okay, watch our speed and our descent. A little bit windy. Mind the mountain. Watch your descent. And watch your flare. And we're down. They didn't like that landing. Can you blame them? Alright. Flaps coming in. We'll exit the runway here on our right. You are fired! Yeah, that was a tough landing. Get in here to our right. Yeah, it could have been worse, you know. Could have crashed. We make no excuses. It was terrible, but we're here. I just want to give that guy a bit of space, so we're going to park kind of straight towards the terminal. Stop us there, park and brake on. Bring our props back. Taxi lights off, strobes off. That's our caution light, that's all okay. So bring our avionics off. These guys switching off here. Booster off. Internal lights are all okay. And cutter throttle.
Master Kilo North 1667, level 340 is on my board. No identified, flying throttle C70. Tampa level 370, North 1673.
Okay. So get the rest of our lights off, Jenny's off, and kill the battery.
Scania 5-1 Papa, confirm it's flight level 260, 15 miles, via Echo Lima. 5-1.
Okay guys, welcome to Sumburgh Airport. That was that was an atrocious landing, but sure, look, it's all part of the fun. I hope you guys liked watching this video. Do subscribe and hit that like button if you guys would like to see some more. I had a blast. We'll be back to you soon enough. We'll have another video. We're going to be taking off from here, probably heading to Glasgow. Or as I said in the video, if you guys have your own ideas where to go here, maybe just somewhere else in Scotland you'd like to see, do leave it in the comments below. So until next time guys, thanks so much for watching, keep well, and we'll see you real soon.